Hello students, this is Jay Lakshmi working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science in IFET College of Engineering. Welcome to next preparation series for previous year GATE questions programming. In last class we have seen 5 questions from the previous year GATE questions on C programming. Today also we going to continue in the same topic C programming. Today we have to going to see 5 questions from the previous year GATE question programming. Before going to see the questions, I would like to encourage you to please pause the video for a while and try to answer your questions by own before looking into the solution. Take it is a humble request. Try it by. Okay, let us see the first question. First question is consider the following C function. They have given one function and they have tell which of the following will happen when the function convert is called any positive integer n as argument. And they have given 4 options. You need to choose any one of the correct options. That is what they. Okay, let us see the function. In this function name is convert. Convert function contains the variable n. For this n variable, they have told already to assume any positive integer value for the variable n as an argument. So I have considered 5 for the variable n. This is what I have written here. Let us assume n variable equal to 5. Okay, the cursor is move on to inside the function. Inside the function we have if condition. Inside the if condition we have the expression n is less than 0 to check the condition whether it is the true or false. So n holds a variable 5. 5 is less than 0. The other condition is true or false. Yes, the condition is false. So if block is not executed, the control is transferred into the else block. Else block contains the statement convert function. Inside the convert function, we have the expression n by 2. Sorry. Inside the n function, inside the convert function, we have expression n by 2. So we need to divide the value 5 by 2. So finally we get 5 by 2. Answer is 2.5. We need to pass the value 2.5 into this variable n. Now the n variable is changed into 2.5. Now again it will check the if condition and 2.5 is less than 0. That is what I have written 0. That is what I have written here. 2.5 is less than 0 whether the condition is true or false. Again the condition is false. So if block is not executed, the control is move on to the else block. Inside the else block, we have again convert function. Inside the convert function, I have further we need to divide value by 2, n value by 2. So 2.5 is divided by 2, we get the answer 1.25. Now this value is passed into this variable n. And we need to check the condition again. This 1.25 is less than 0. The condition is again false. Likewise, the condition is executed repeatedly. It will not end. That is what I have written here. It will goes on infinite loop. There is no terminating condition for value 0 for this particular condition. So we consider you have no from you executing these 3 statement, there is no print statement. It continuously executing the control convert function. So we finally conclude that it will not print anything on the output screen and it will goes on repeatedly calling the convert function. So we need to choose the option among these 4. It will not print anything and will not terminate. So option D is correct answer. That is what I have written here. It is clear to you all. We will move on to next question. Yeah. Okay. In second question, consider the following C programming. They have given one C program and you have to find the output of this program. And they have given four options and need to choose the correct option from this four option. Okay. Let us see the C program. In this C program, we have the concept structure. I think you all know very well about structure concept. Structure is nothing but it is a user defined data type and it holds the different variable from different data types and also it varies the size based on the variable. Okay, we can access these variable structure variable by using the reference structure reference. Okay, let us see the example in this program. Yeah, by we can define the structure by using keyword struct and this is the structure name our node. It is also considered as a user defined data type. A new data type is our node. Okay, for inside this structure we have three variables, that is x, y, z, which is belongs to character variable. Okay, that is what I have written here. For this variable, they have created two reference variable, that is p and next one is the reference variable, pointer reference variable q. This is what structure concept. Okay, let us see the program. Okay, in this C program, I have already told you the flow of execution will start from main function. So inside the main function, we have one statement, that is struct our node. It is considered as a user defined data type. For this data type, I have one reference variable, that is p. It holds the three different values, the two character values 1, 0 and a plus 2. I need to represent these reference variable in the memory space. That is what I have drawn in explanation area. P holds the three different variables, that is x, y, z, which is inside the structure our node. And these three variables holds the three different values. That is I have passed in the reference variable P. So variable x holds the value, first value 1 and y holds the value 0 and z automatically holds the value third parameter, that is a plus 2. So we can't store this directly into the memory space. So we need to convert into the whole as a character variable. So we need to convert first a ASCII value for a is, that is 797. I have written, instead of a I have written ASCII value 97 and followed by plus and 2, and finally we adding these 2 to the 97, we get 99 as a ASCII value. For ASCII value for 99, it holds the variable c. That is what I have written in memory space. It is that variable holds the value c. Okay, we can also refer, if you want to access the variable value 1, we can access by using reference variable dot structure variable, or else we can also access by using p of 0, p of 1, p of 2, like this. Okay, we will move on to next statement. Yeah, we will move on to next statement. We have another structure variable, that is user defined data type, structure our node. For this user defined data type, I have created one pointer reference variable, that is star q. You know already what is meant by pointer variable. Pointer variable holds the address of the another variable. Here we are, we have assigned address of the p variable to this q pointer variable. So in memory space, it q variable points the what variable? P variable. It holds the address of the p variable. So q holds the 1000. This 1000 is address for the point reference variable p. So and then automatically it holds the inside that value also considered as a q. So this we need to access value 10 by using these positions like q, q plus 1 and q plus 2. That is what I have written here. Okay, this is what memory representation. for these variables. Okay, we will move on to third statement, that is printf. Before going to printf, we need to clarify this particular part, this one part. That is what I have written here. Printf star character star of q plus 1. Okay, this particular type, first we need to see this part, that is character star. That is written as typecasting for variable q. Typecasting for the variable for q. Whatever the value q holds, it will automatically converts into the character data type. But already q variable holds the character data type, but it is not necessary, but they have written typecasting character. But meaning is, whatever the variable holds q, it automatically typecast into the character data type, which is changing to the character pointer. That is what. Okay, move on to second statement. This is typecasted, but they have written position also, q plus 1. If in array, if you want to move the next position, you have to multiply that size of the data type. That is what I have written here. Q plus 1 is the first position. We will move on to first position, but by using what? We need to multiply this size of the data type. Q is what holds the character data type. So size of the character into 1, that is position, plus that q variable. That is what I have written here. It will move one position forward, and now q points the address of the variable y. That is what I have written here. But size of the character is 1, so 1 into 1, q plus 1. We finally got q plus 1. Okay, and finally these two is next position is went, first position is went, and also typecasted. Now we will need to display the 0 as an output. That is what the particular parameter. We will come back to the original program. In this third statement, we have printf function. Inside the printf function, we have two parameters. One is q plus 1, which is typecasted to character type, and also q plus 2, which is also typecasted to character type. So for this concept, we get the answer as 0. For this, q plus 2 is holds the, likewise same definition for also q plus 2. So this q plus 2 holds the value c. It will print the 0c on the output screen. Now in output screen, 0c. Okay, next move on to next statement, return 0. The function is terminated. Finally, we got the output as 0 comma c on the output screen. So option C is the correct option. Sorry, option A is the correct option. I think which is clear to you. We will move on to next program. Okay. In this third question, consider the following C program. They have given one C program, and you have to find the output of the above program, and they have given 4 options. We need to choose one correct options among these 4. Okay, let us see the C program. In this C program is contained two concepts. One is call by value and call by reference. Let us see. Yeah, we have two functions. One is function 1 and function 2, and we have another function which is main function. And you have already know the flow of execution will start from where? Main function. Yeah, correct. Main function. This main function, inside the main function we have two variables. One that is a character variable. String 1 holds the high and string 2 holds the variable by. That too, these two variables are pointer variable. It holds the address of this variable. That is what I have written here. High inside the 1000 and by inside the 2000. Now this string 1 holds the 1000 and string 2 holds the 2000. Address of this by and address of this high. That is what I have written in this memory representation. Okay, we will move on to second statement. In second statement, function 1 of string 1 comma string 2. They have passed the value string 1 comma string 2. So So string 1 holds the value 1000 and string 2 holds the value 2000. So this 1000 and 2000 is passed to this function. Okay, it will call this function. We will need to change this following exchange. Character temp is equal to s of 1, s of 1 equal to s of 2, and s of 2 is equal to temp. That is what I have written here. Initially temp holds high, s1 holds by, and s2 again change to high. Now the function written back to the main function. Inside the main function, in the next statement, we have printf function. Inside the printf function, we have string 1 and string 2. Just before function, just it copies the value, not address, so that it will not change. Change won't affect the actual parameter, so the value will be high by. That is what they have printed. So printf function, it will print string s1 holds the value high and s2 holds the value by. So output screen, it will print high by first time. Okay, we will move on to next statement function. Next statement function 2 of address. Inside this character, we are passing address of this variable. Address of this variable, and this address of this variable is 1000 and address of this variable is 2000. Okay, now address is copied into these variables and exchanging this address. That is what I have written here. Now s1 holds the address 2000, s2 holds the address 1000. So by high is exchanged. Now s1 points the by and s2 points the high. Then come back to the main function, and main function is cursor is move on to next line. Next line we have printf function. Inside the printf function, string 1 and string 2. Now string 1 is points the character by, and string 2 points the character high. So finally it prints the by high. Now move on to next statement. We have written 0. So finally in output screen, first time high by, in second time by high. So finally we got high by high. This is what output. So option A is correct option. The output is high by high. Okay, I think which is clear to you. We will move on to next question. Fourth question. Consider the following C code. Assume that unsigned long int type length is 64 bit. They have given one data type, that is they have also given length of this data type and also given one function, and they have to find the value written when call the function with the input 2 power 40. Which of the following correct option? You need to choose. Okay, let us see the function. The function data type is unsigned long int. For the length of the unsigned long int is what? 64 bit. Function name is fun, and inside this function parameter also unsigned long int, we have one n variable. Okay, for this n variable they have given 2 power 40. So for n input is 2 power 40. And inside the function, we have further 3 variables. That 2 belongs to unsigned long int. In this data type, we have 3 variables. One is I, j, and sum. J holds the value 0 and sum holds the value 0. That is what I have written here, like in memory representation. Move on to next statement, for loop. We have 2 for loop. That's why I am written 1, and this is considered as a for loop 1 and this is considered as a for loop 2. Okay, we will see first for loop. In first for loop, we have three expressions. First one is initialization, next one is expression, and final one is increment or decrement. Okay. In initialization part, I is equal to n. N holds the value 2 power 40. Okay. Now 2 power 40 is assigned to I value. Now this, when I equal to 2 power 40, we need to check the condition. 2 power 40 is greater than 1. Yes, condition is true. So we need to increment j plus plus. So we need to increment 1 for j. We will move on to initialization, that increment or decrement expression. Here we need to divide I by 2. After dividing, we will get 2 power 39. So we need to check the condition 2 power 39, which is greater than 1. Yeah, condition is true. Again, we need to increment the j value, which is incremented as 2. We will move on to next in decrement or increment expression. Again, we need to divide I value by, so we can, after dividing, we get 2 power 38. Likewise, it goes on up to 2, n is equal to 1. 2 power 1, when 2 power 1 comes, it will assign to j is equal to 40. Sorry. And finally, when I is equal to n is equal to 1. Finally, 2 power 0. When I is decremented, 2 power 0, and it will 2 power 0 automatically 1. 1 is greater than 1, condition is false. It will terminate the for loop. Finally, j is incremented to 40. Okay. We will move on to second for loop. Inside the for loop, initialize part is empty, and move on to the condition part. This j is greater than 1. That is what I have written here. Initially, j is equal to 40. Because last for loop after completing, j holds the 40 value as j variable. So j is equal to 40. Now we need to check the condition. 40 is greater than 1. Yes, condition is true. So we need to increment some variable. That is what I have written here. Sum is equal to 1. So we need to increment or decrement part. Further, now j is divided by 2. So 40 is divided by 2. We get 20 as a value. So 20 is greater than 1. Yes, condition is true. We need to check the, increment the sum variable. So sum is equal to 2. Now j need to divided by, j values need divided by 2. So we 20 divided by 2, we got 10. Need to check the condition. 10 is greater than 1. Yes, condition is true. So sum is need to incremented up to 3. Okay. Now j is decremented, divided by 2. So finally we get j equal to 5 as an output. 5 is greater than 1. Yes, condition is true. So we need to increment some variable into 4. Yes. And move on to next. And 5 is divided by 2. We get the integer output is 2. Now 2 is greater than 1. Condition is 2. Now need to increment some variable 5. Now need to divide j variable by 2. After dividing, j is equal to 1. 1 is greater than 1. And we'll get term false. So for loop is terminated. Finally, after completing the second for loop, sum is equal to 5. Okay, we will move on to next statement, return sum. Finally, return sum holds the value 5. So we need to print 5 on the output screen. The value returned when we call the function with the input 2 power 40 is 5. So we need to choose the option B. 5 is the correct option. Okay, I think which is clear to you. We will move on to the last question. That is fifth question. Okay. In this question, consider the following C program. They have given one C program and you have to find the output of this program. That is what they have written here. And rcall that str string is defined as defined in string.hatch as a returning a value of type size hyphen, which is an unsigned int. Need to remember this is an unsigned integer. Okay, they have to told you to find the output of the program. What is the output of the program? Okay. In this C program, we have two functions. One is the print length function and one is main function. You have already know the flow of execution will start from main function. Likewise, we can start with the main function. Inside the main function, we have two variables. One is x variable, that is pointer variable, belongs to character data type, and y variable belongs to character data type. And this x variable holds the value ab abc. Sorry. X holds the variable abc and y holds the value defgh, which means the length of the x is 3 and length of the y is 5. Okay, we will move on to third statement. Print length function is called. So we need to pass this address of the abc and def. Okay, now print length function is called. So we have passed the value to s and t. That is what I have written here, 3 comma 5. Now unsigned integer int holds the variable c, that is, this variable contains the value 0. Now move on to next statement, int length. In the next, it contains the another variable length. This length is directly assigned with the condition operator. This condition operator is this condition. If the condition is true, it will execute the first block. If the condition is false, it will execute the second block. Okay, let us solve these conditions. Initially, we need to find the separate this stir length of s. Stir length of s is s holds the value abc, so length of the abc is 3 and t holds the value defgh, so length of the t is string length of the t is 5. That is what I have written here. And finally c holds the value 0, so we need to substitute this area. The string length of s is 3 minus string length of t is 5, which is greater than c. C holds the value 0. So after solving this expression, we got minus 2 greater than 0. I already told you that this string variable which is unsigned integer. So comparing with the unsigned integer, the minus 2 is converted into integer 2, positive integer. So this positive integer is greater than condition is. Now we will execute the true block. Still n of s is 3. The output in the output screen, it will display 3 as an out. Sorry, length holds the value 3. Hold the value 3. So printf will contains the variable length. So it outputs after the out. We have discussed 5 questions. That I think have any doubt.